Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of SlickTopia. This is the series where we're playing a modified version of Tango Tech's TekTopia mod. So last episode we took a trip to the end and killed the Ender Dragon. Yeah, got me some fancy new wings so I can fly around. Planted our little dragon head right here. Man, that's looking good. But if any of you were paying extra close attention in the last episode, you might have noticed that we had some I don't have any right now, but we had some cows die of starvation. That happened a couple times in the last episode, so we really need to get that problem fixed. We've got plenty of ranchers, and as you can see behind me, there's this guy over here standing around, not having anything to do. They're looking around. They don't have enough crops to feed all these animals, so we're gonna take a look in storage real fast. Excuse me. But yeah, we have no wheat here. Looks like we've got plenty of seeds. Man, they are running out of space, so we need to get this cleaned up too. But we are not keeping up with wheat production. And they've got plenty of space over here. So the solution to that, on the surface, might seem like, oh, get more farmers, but it's not that simple. See, our farm space that we had planned out from the beginning was good for getting us started, but now we've grown to the point that that's simply not enough farmland. So for today's project, we're going to increase the size of our farms and really bring us into the future. Hey, what's up, merchant? So let's get some land terraformed and planned out and see what we can do to make our farms bigger and more efficient. Okay, so we've got a lot of progress here. I brought this land out and up, made it a lot more flat. And pegged out several different plots. So right here, we're gonna have our taters in this chunk here. We turn on F3 and G, we can see we've got chunk borders right here. So I will plan on, taters aren't really that important. We don't need a whole lot. So I'll probably just keep one chunk, one level for those. And then back here, this is essentially how we're gonna start doing our design. I like the stairs around and having that elevated. Let's swap that out for a stair there. And these are going to be our carrots. And I think we'll only have one level of carrots too. I don't think we need to go crazy with those. We might have a second level. And what I mean by level, my plan is to have another set of stairs go up and run. Let's see, something like that. Let's go 4. Yeah, like that. So my plan is to run another layer around this level, like so. And we'll extend that out, cover the whole area, put a bunch of light sources so there will be plenty going on in here. And then I'll build up a frame around it so that way, it doesn't just look like it's floating up there. And then we'll have a set of stairs going up so that way our villagers can get up to that level. We might do 2 levels of carrots. We'll see. We'll see. I think taters we'll probably only need 1 of, and over in this area we've got beets. We'll probably do the same thing with beets, probably just 1, maybe 2 layers of beets. We don't really need a whole lot of beets, but they use them to feed to the pigs. So, and the seeds are good for the chicken. So yeah, we'll probably do 2 layers of beets, 2 layers of carrots, only 1 layer of taters. And then right here in the middle, where we've got all of our current farmland, I'm going to shrink it down a little so it's not covering up the tater area or the beet area. And I'll probably just keep these 4 in the center. And then do these multiple layers up for wheat. So I'll get those laid out and show you when I get back. So I might have got a little carried away. Take a look. Bam. So we've got the beets moved over here. Everything framed in, glowstone on the corners. They're not quite full yet, but they're working on it. Back in this area, I believe this was carrots. Psst. Yeah, carrots back in here. This one is mostly full. They need to get harvesting these. Yeah, plenty of carrots. Tater, same deal. We haven't gotten even close to capacity on these. And they're not harvesting very much, but I've reprioritized a lot of them for wheat because we don't have enough, and we've got cows and sheep dying, and our ranchers are getting miserable, so I went through and edited some of their AI, so that way they would specify which crop they're pulling from, just to make sure that we've got a priority focus on wheat. So let's take a look in here. We've got end rods for light, and we actually had to add that glowstone also because the light level was too low for them to be able to plant here. The seeds would just pop off, so that was an issue. So I just added lighting on all sides, or all floors rather, and then we've got these stairs coming up, and then another set of stairs going up this way. And I had to do these too wide because they were bumping each other off, and the villagers were falling and getting hurt. I didn't lose anybody, but they were taking some damage. So I haven't decided if I'm going to go any higher with that. I think that's probably going to be good. So what I would like to do is figure out how to make it look good, but I kind of want to encase this whole thing in glass. I at least want to cover the top just in case there's you know, anybody close to the edge. I don't want to get anybody standing over here and get bumped off by another villager wandering around, because I mean that probably wouldn't kill him, but it sure hurt a lot. So tell me what you think about that. Yeah, so now we've got a priority thing we've got to take care of, and that's let's find it. Yeah, we've got a bunch of green shirts running around that need to be assigned jobs so they can start pulling their weight. And I'm sure you can imagine we need a lot of farmers. Get over here. Get to work. Come on. Track them all down. Don't run away from me, lady. Arana Ratley. Bam. You're a farmer. And I do have one more lumberjack token just so that way we can increase our wood supply just a little bit. Find all these green shirts. Psst, down here. Eliska cell. Hey, come back. Bam. I'm terrified of accidentally clicking on the wrong person. Although in one of the newest updates, Tango fixes it so that way if you change a villager's profession, then they'll Oakenheart, you get to be it. If you change a villager's profession, they will keep their inventory at least. That was an issue we had previously. Bam. What's your name? Squeaku. There you go, buddy. You're a farmer. We're gonna specialize you. You get to be the potato farmer. Yep, there we go. So you will focus on potatoes. That'll be your baby, your pride and joy. And we'll get a couple others to help you out there. So come on. Ah, you're so sneaky. Poor Baldric. You are a farmer. Ooh, you still got some more. At least one more. Eat and grab another token. That is an awful lot of farmers. Think. Oh yeah, we got a good bit of emeralds. Let's grab us another druid. Maybe 48. Yeah. Grab one more druid. All right. Where'd you go? Oh yeah, there you are. Come on. Don't run away from me. Stavanger. Okay. Now let's see these guys at work. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I must say I like that a lot. So now for the last project for the day that I really need to get working on is we need some more living space for our villagers. And you know, I was thinking about it, and I love the home 6 tokens over there, but we've got these home 2 tokens with nothing to do with them. We've got we've got 9 of them. 9 home 2 tokens, and they're either gonna sit in that chest forever, or I'm gonna build something that takes home 2 tokens. So I think that's what we ought to do. Last episode we went to the end and got some resources from the end, so I want to incorporate those into a new build. So I've moved some of this land out, and I think I might need to do a little bit more terraforming in this area, but I think we're gonna start us a whole nother living quarters there. Like that. I missed a log there. That looks terrible. I'll fix that too. So I think let's start building a new apartment building right here. beautiful morning. Tell me what you think about this. Yeah, I was trying to something a little bit different today. Let's go in here and take a look. I'm not, I think I've mentioned previously, I'm not the best builder in the world, so I'm really trying to get out of my comfort zone and try some different things. So I had 9 tokens, so I tried to figure out a way to make 3 per floor, so I was thinking it would be nice to have a little courtyard area like this. And then let's go inside, and having this corner access I thought was pretty neat. So this is the inside. I'm gonna get some paintings over the next, probably in between episodes, I'll grab a bunch of paintings and put them up in all these apartments. And I think I'm gonna get some chairs in here. I don't have any on me. But yeah, so a nice little cozy 2-bedroom deal with the corner unit. I really like those. And then this is one of the other units. These are all the same, just reversed. Yep. So yeah, there's plenty of space for everybody to pathfind down to the bottom. Stairs on both sides. Looks pretty interesting. And of course we had to have the chorus plants out front just to give it that feel. And then I'm thinking about doing something else with this little area here. I was thinking about maybe bringing a fence around, or I'm not sure. I haven't figured out what I'm thinking here, but I think it would be cool to have some little type of private courtyard. And I also think we need to come up with a name for these apartments. You know, and in real life here in America, at least, you know, you go to an apartment complex and they all have different funky names. So, you know, give me some suggestions for names down in the bottom. I'd like to hear that, and maybe next episode we can come around and name these apartments, and that's probably all that's going to get named for now. But I really want to, you know, get into the feel here. Over here, you can see I added a little detail up there just to help break up that flat space a bit. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. So now we've got plenty of space for some villagers, which is funny. I've been getting a crazy amount of nomads recently. But I look at them and I think, well, their intelligence isn't that great, and I could just make some kids that will have much higher intelligence than that. And then we come around here. I'm still going to work on getting further levels on these, but I feel like maybe I was a bit eager or underestimated the capacity of what these layers could put out. Because if you take a look, you know, even though I've got farmers that are dedicated to just wheat, now it's staying full all the time. And if we take a look over at our storage unit, oh, didn't work. We'll just run. Psst. If we take a look over here, we have an abundance of wheat. So, you know, now that we've built up a nice little stockpile, you can see I've got a little bit in there, and in some of these chests I had 5 or 6 stacks. Yeah, look at that. Plenty of wheat now. So that problem has been solved. And now I'm gonna reallocate some of those farmers back to the other farms now that we've gotten a good surplus there. Hey buddy, looks like you dropped your cow. Where are you going? I guess she changed her mind and she wants a chicken now. So yeah, let me show you some other things I did. I meant to show you this earlier, but I did these in between episodes. First off, let's come down here to the mines. I was having a problem with, I don't want to take a minecart, so I'll just do that. I was having a problem with some of my villagers getting stuck. So one thing that I didn't consider when I laid this out was what would happen if I turned the game off or left the area, went to the nether, or whatever the case may be, while villagers were trying to use this. And so they were coming through this door, and because I had this rail pointed straight into that pressure plate, you know, villagers would get stuck like halfway up on the unpowered rails, and then when another villager came cruising up, he would knock him out, and then he would come back down, and his cart would fly off the end and land on the pressure plate and just shoot out a bunch of mine carts. So I wound up having a big, super strong pickaxe there. So I wound up having a big line of villagers in mine carts just chilling here. And the only reason I found that out is because one of them started taking hunger damage. So I had to come out here and break them out of their carts real fast so they can get out and get some food. So I rerouted this. You know, it kind of drives me nuts that this is off to the side instead of symmetrical, but it is what it is. Short of redoing the entire tunnel, I don't think there's any other way around it. So I've got this pointed at the wall now, so that way even if someone comes back, they'll still pop right there, and the next time somebody steps on a pressure plate, it'll launch them off. But I haven't had any issues since then. And I also went ahead and put this slab above the top, so that way when that's up, there is no way any villager can get past it. And I did the same thing up top, so it's truly a blocking mechanism now that keeps it so only one villager can go through at a time. So let's head back up, and yeah, I think I will take a cart. Zero. This is fun. I've ridden this thing like a bunch of times just for fun. I really need to decorate this part too, but yeah, works pretty smooth. Yeah, you can see where I added that slab there. So then the other thing that I did, you know, when we first set up this mad scientist laboratory over here, we've got that solar array generating power for us, and you know, even from the get-go, it was just never enough to get us through. So let's come up here and I'll show you what I did in between episodes. And if anybody is interested in seeing some of the other mod stuff that I'm doing that's not TekTopia, please let me know. I'm trying to keep this as TekTopia focused as possible without delving into mods that you've probably seen on other channels a bunch. But I spent a little bit of time and built a tiny little extreme reactor here. It's definitely not much to look at, but if you take a look, it's putting out 812 RF per tick, so that's pretty neat. Let's look in here. Yeah, I've still got plenty of fuel. See if I've got any. Yep, 5 waste ingots. There we go. So yeah, that's gonna be built much bigger in the near future. We're gonna expand on that so we can get a ton more power. And I also built this. Yeah, I was tired of all these chests, and I'm still working on clearing some of them out. But I wanted another system that was behind this one, so we didn't clutter up what our machines are producing here. But I just wanted another system to be able to dump a bunch of junk. So that way we could store our bulk, you know, things that we probably won't use very often. Netherrack, endstone, mob loot, stuff like that. And then down below here, you can see this is an empty drawer right now, but at the very bottom, way down at bedrock, we've got a void ore miner that is pulling up all of these ores. If you guys aren't familiar with that from Environmental Tech, it's a pretty cool system. And it's just tier 1 right now, but we've got that because I want many more of these bad boys right here, and I don't want to have to make them. So I'm going to slowly upgrade that, and I'll probably show you some of that in the future, but we definitely needed to bulk up on these so that way, and that's also the only way I could get Yellorite in the in this group of mods that I had. It doesn't generate naturally. There we go. The only way to get it is through that void ore miner. Yeah, tongue twister. So another thing that we haven't done for a while, which I've been slacking on, is clearing out some cheaty emeralds. Let's see, we've got our flint and steel here, so let's take a look and see how many we've got. Oh, 23, that's a lot. Oh, man, this hurts. Ouch, that's a lot of emeralds. Well, it needs to be done. It needs to be done. No cheaty emeralds. Man, that hurt. But that's alright, we're going to get them the way we're supposed to get them. And as far as these emeralds are concerned, I was thinking that I could probably just leave them there, honestly, but I was also thinking that there are some other things that I do need emeralds for aside from just the village. Like number 1 is making upgrading our cobblestone generator and also making upgrades for these. I had to burn some of my own emeralds that we got from trading just to make this upgrade here so I can store more stuff, and I think I've got one over here in the cobblestone. Yeah, so I had to burn some of those emeralds because, you know, we hadn't had the discussion. So let me know what you think down in the comments, if you think it's fine for me to use these void ore mined emeralds for just upgrading stuff, as long as I don't use them for trading with the village to get more villager stuff. I don't know how I feel about it. I think I might just burn those, but yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. Just, man, some days I get plenty of emeralds from that merchant, but then other days he's just so stingy. I wind up getting 6-8 emeralds and that's it. Yeah, take a look at that. Yep, she fell from one level down to the next because somebody bumped her. So nobody's gotten severely hurt over there yet, so I'm not too worried about it. So one thing that we did not set up when I rebuilt these farms is I don't have any sugarcane now, so I'm thinking that I don't really need a whole lot of sugarcane, so I don't necessarily want to make like a separate sugarcane plot. And it's certainly not something I want to devote a bunch of farmers to, so I think what I might do is, oh, that's a bit of a drop. Let's come over here away from that drop. So I'm just gonna come over here, I think, and let's see, break some of this down, and we'll just stick some on the edge of the water. That'll both add a little bit to the aesthetics of this area and, you know, keep us a supply. I'm not too concerned about it because we, you know, the main reason I want sugarcane is for paper, for books, for kids. But our enchanter tends to go a little nuts if he's got too many books on hand. So we'll just slap a couple more of those over here. That probably won't work, right? Yeah. So that ought to be enough to get us started. So then our villagers, our farmers will come over here and harvest some of that when the time comes. So let's take a look at our crops. Yeah, see, we added some druids, and now we've just got an abundance of everything. So I think what we need to do is get several more farmers going. And I think with those crops, it will help when I reallocate the skills of the farmers to picking other crops instead of just the wheat. But I definitely don't want to run into any more issues with cows and sheep dying of starvation. So let's take a look over here, go through, and the one thing that we haven't really talked about is the AI functionality of these villagers. Let me find, oh, they're probably all at the bar. Surely somebody's here. Come on, give me a farmer. There we go. All right, Squee, my buddy, you know, I really do want to keep you dedicated. You're going to be our potato farmer. You're going to be the head of the potato farming family. That's going to be you. Grifero Talandro, you can just be a general farmer. He already was. I hear tinkles in the background. Like, turn you back on. Sounds like we got hearts somewhere. Dirk Talandro. Yep. Still up and running full strength. Where are these hearts? Let's take a look. So yeah, we'll get these farmers set up to harvest all the things. And then, man, it's gonna drive me nuts hearing those hearts. There we go. There we go. Right. And then one more thing that I'd like to take care of is in between episodes, or in the comments of my last episode, somebody suggested I have somebody go spend all their time in the library. So I think that's what we're going to do with this enchanter. I really want to get him max level as soon as possible because that's where we get the best enchants from. So I'm going to turn off all of his enchantment abilities. We'll still let him craft paper and books. No, we won't. Go to the tavern, go to the library. That's all he can do. So now let's see. Let's take a look right here. So this is, does it say on here? Yeah, day 400. Day 400. So let's keep an eye on that, and let's see how long it takes from day 400 to get him to level 100. And I think he was 48 when we just checked. I might check him again just to make sure. And look at all these hearts that we have. Like, we have so many hearts. It's man. All right, so this is going to be all that we've got time for in today's episode. Look at me. I look like a goob. All right. That's better. This is all the time we've got for today's episode. I had a lot of fun getting all these things set up. In next episode, we've got one major priority, and that's going to be conquering this storage unit. Obviously, that's not necessarily going to be enough for a whole episode, but we definitely need to redo this entire building because I don't think we have enough chests, and yeah, we'll check that stuff out in the next episode. But let's look for some big changes here. It's time for an upgrade here. But if you've stuck it out this long, I appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. If you liked it, please click that like button, share this with your friends, consider subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Have a great night.